For this example, we're not going to use tables. We are going to use the transformational graphing approach. It is the same idea, though, that piecewise functions follow different rules on different intervals. So when x is less than or equal to -2, which would be from here over, it is going to follow this rule. The function will follow the transformational graph that we see right there, the quadratic. When it is greater than -2, I'll do this in yellow. So on this interval, which is from here to infinity, -2 to infinity, it's going to follow this rule. But we're not going to use tables like we did on the last example. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to use our knowledge about transformational graphing. We know that this is a quadratic graph shifted to the left 3 and up 4. So if I start at the origin and go left 3 and up 4, that gives me the new, what I'll call the new origin for this translated graph. And since it's a quadratic and it's reflected, when I go 1 away from the origin, I'm going to go down now, in this case, instead of up, because it's reflected. Same thing when I go this direction. 1 squared is 1, so I'm right there. When I go to the right 2 from the new origin, 2 squared is 4, so I'm going to go down 4, and that's my graph. However, do you see how I'm graphing on the yellow part now? What this means is I should have stopped right here at -2, where the pink part ended. So the graph goes here, but it continues on forever. This is all the pink interval. We're going to follow this rule forever. So if I go over 2 this way, I'm going to go down 4. And since it's continuing forever this way, I can go ahead and connect this and put the arrow here, but I stop at the end of my pink interval because everything greater than -2, everything that's represented by this yellow part, is now going to follow this rule. And you can make a table if you want to, or we can use this linear equation, which we know that -2 is the y-intercept and -1/3 is the slope. So I start at -2 and I put a point, and from here I'm going to go down 1 over 3, down 1 over 3, and in this direction it continues forever. Up here we're going to go up 1 and over 3, but you'll notice that now I'm in the pink setting. So what we have to do is we just have to connect these points as best as we can until this interval is over. So I'm going to graph a straight line until I get to -2, and at that point, since it's just greater than and it can't equal it, I will have an open circle. So if you check, it passes the vertical line test at every point. When x is -2, this is including this graph, and it's an open circle here, and then it continues this way forever because it goes on to infinity.